All right, good morning everybody. Welcome to another round of coffee and questions. And what's today's topic? No long intros, let's get right to it. We're going to talk about Mig Welding Pliers and maybe pliers in general. Okay, now what can they be used for, and are there many uses? Well, yeah, there are, and I'll show you right here. I got an inexpensive pair of just pliers, ones that I can just literally trash. Helps me bend hot steel, do a lot of stuff like that, you know, when I'm welding. And I don't use my really good ones for them. Where did I get these? Well, I got them out at Harbor Freight. I've had them for a couple of years now, and they're still working well. Now, when I was out there and I got my MIG welder and everything, and I was trying to get going with tools and get some basic tools, I got a pair of their MIG pliers right here. And so when I noticed when I was out at the club and we were talking, and they said, yeah, they're just kind of a strange, you know, looking pair of pliers. And I, well, okay. They look like a blunt pair of needle nose pliers. Yeah, I agree with you. But let's talk about the different uses. I mean, back here, there's a big area right here where it's cut out. Some MIG welders, you can't just take the shield off so easily. So what you can do, and even if it's hot, is you put it on here and you can take it off. Why would you do that? Well, for cleaning or to change the tip. So you always want the tip of this clean. I've hit it, you know, they're cheap. You can buy packages of these, you know, out at Harbor Freight also. They're just cheap, inexpensive tips. When they start to look too bad, I get rid of them. I have hit them with a file now and then. That kind of works. I'm not going to tell you it doesn't. But so you got the tip on here and it's nice and snug. Now, that smaller hole, which is right up here, the very top, you can use that by simply putting it over here and snugging down the tip onto the MIG gun. Okay, so those two holes, I mean, are good for that. Now, once you have the shield off, it's got a little bit of knurling or, you know, corrugation on both sides of the tip here, but the edges of this are fairly square. You know, I don't want to say sharp, but they're square. And so if you have a bunch of slag buildup in here, you just stick these in and rotate this back and forth, and it gets it nice and clean. Now, in the last video, you heard me mention I use Anti-Splatter Spray. Now, some people use the containers of dip, but these are people, I think, that really are doing a lot of welding. I'm just a DIYer, home hobbyist, and the Anti-Splatter Spray comes in handy for a couple of things. One, I can spray the inside of this shield, which makes all that slag build up real easy when I go to clean these. It just falls right out with just a little twist of these pliers. So those are a couple of uses there, and that's why I use the anti-splatter, as well as if I have a project, I spray some on there, and those little nibs that you get, sometimes it stick real hard, and you got to use a 4.5-inch angle grinder and a flap wheel to get them off and clean. A little bit of a hassle sometimes. With the anti-splatter, I just take a pair of pliers or something and I hit it, and all those little nibs just come off. And then I go ahead, and then I start worrying about, you know, prepping the metal for primer or whatever I'm doing. All right, so back to the MIG pliers here. Now, another useful thing for this is once you have it on, everybody, you know, if you weld to any degree, you're going to know just by hitting the trigger how far out you want the wire to be. But if you didn't, this secondary hole right here, that's really kind of what it's for. You just put this like this against the shield, pinch down on it, and it will cut it off so that the wire sticks out, you know, the appropriate correct length. Okay, so now you've got those for that. Now these little blunt ends right here, I've used these like on sheet metal for just sitting there, because these are a cheap, inexpensive pair of MIG pliers, and you're not going to hurt it. I mean, you can see where on some of these they've been rounded pretty good because I use them like a little tiny ball peen hammer, let's say. Okay, and then the other part, you can use all the rest of this in here just like you would a pair of needle nose pliers. So all I do is I keep, you know, a little bit of lubricant on these. I've had these for years also. Now, the other pair I have, I couldn't find them. I'm going to show you the advertisements on both of these. Let's look at the Harbor Freight one first and take a look at the price. There's no discounts applied, but here we go. Okay, now you saw that one. Now the other one that I have that I really like, and I'm a little bit more careful with it, let's say, is the ones that are made by Irwin. So let me show you that one. Okay, now out at the club there are 3 people. They have the ones from Hobart. Let me show you that advertisement. Okay, now you can see they're all very similar in price. I mean, so how would I rank these? I think the ones are better than these, and they're better than, you know, the Hobart ones, I think. People out at the club will disagree, tell you, no, they like the Hobart so much better, blah, blah, blah. It's just a matter of preference. I don't own every single Mig Pliers out there that's available. You can't beat the price on these at Harbor Freight, especially if you're getting a 20%, you know, off coupon, and you're out there, and the store's a local store, and all that good stuff. I like shopping on Amazon. I mean, I buy the stuff, it ships, I know what I'm buying. I go to work, shows up at my doorstep. You know, hey, these are things to consider, you know. I mean, it's just a matter of ease. I'm not running around unless I really needed it in a pinch. So I can wait, you know, it ships Prime, I can wait a few days, no big deal. So let me show you the advertisement again on the ones. It's something you might consider. The links are below. Go ahead down to the links, click on them. You can read about them a little bit more, but I think Irwin, out of the 3, that would be my top pick. But like I said, when I got started, and if I didn't have the Irwins, like I said, like right now, they're misplaced. I don't know where I put them. I would still use these, and I've had these for years, and I've just really abused the hell out of these, and they're still working real well, and these are the ones from Harbor Freight. But it's your choice. While you're out there, you know, we're talking about MIG tool basics, I guess, basic tools. Get yourself another pair of these kind of, I don't want to call them throwaway pliers, because like I said, I've had them for a couple of years, and I'm still using them for, you know, hot steel bending, you know, doing whatever. I keep them right on my welding cart. Keep the other ones, you know, the high-end tools that you buy and collect, you know, I keep those, I mean, in another section of the toolbox, obviously, okay? So that's my thoughts when it comes to MIG pliers, okay? And I'm going to do a series of videos, because out at the club they said, hey, you know, you really, you know, should tell people all the uses you're doing, or that you do use, you know, for the MIG pliers, because a lot of people may not understand the versatility of this one set of pliers. I say, yeah, no problem. So I'll do some other videos on inexpensive tools that you can buy, and that's not just for welding. I primarily use all this for welding, but you could of course use them for a lot of other projects. So I hope you click subscribe. I hope you follow me. I hope you go and drop a comment below if you know of a better deal or something, or let me know what you think and what luck you've had with them. And I'll see you on the next video. You folks have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.